I'll never forget the time he tried to make Kim Porter lick Cassie's tampon.
I'm still finding more things out about Diddy. Explain. The humanity is at an all-time low right now. Like, it's absolutely terrifying. Like, it really is scary.
Cassie let herself be flaunted in Kim's face, laughed at Diddy beating Kim, was awful. I feel...
Pause. Go ahead and hop right the hell in like a freaking jumping jack. Just when I thought I knew everything that's going on with Diddy, I'm up to date, I'm off the bench, if you will. And no, I see this ridiculous title. And I was like, first of all, excuse me? Let me just say this. At the end of the day, this is YouTube and there's clickbait and all of that is going on half of the damn time. But I'm fully aware of Empressive. So I am just trying to figure out how it is possible that I'm still finding more things out about Diddy. Explain this to me. Somebody, please explain to me, when is this over? Like, how many more things are we gonna find out? Because at this point, I just saw, was it yesterday? Busta Rhymes. Oh my Lord. Should I even say it out loud? Because I don't even know if it's accurate. But basically, it says that Busta Rhymes and P. Diddy had a little fiddler session. Let me be quiet. You know what I'm trying to say. And I don't know if it's true. I'm just solely telling you what I saw. And I'm just like, how many more stories? How many more stories are there? Because at this point, I can't even keep up. This is late. That is what is really nuts, is that this was posted 11 days ago. Meanwhile, I thought I was all the way caught up. I mean, damn. I see this title and I'm like, I don't even care if I'm late. I don't even care. I need to know what the heck this title is referring to. I need to know. If you're brand new here, hello, my name is Pearl. We do reactions and commentary videos over here. So if that fancies you, as well as your interest in pop culture, celebrities, and everything evil, apparently, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. Let's see what this tampon has to do, because I'm sure many of you, women at least, buy tampon pearls, or at least know about tampon pearls. So I like to stay up to date with tampons, you know, since my name does associate with them, as well as the letter P, tampons, pearl, pussy. Anyways, let's see what's going on here, because I'm thoroughly confused. Because why are we tasting that? Why? For what reason? Empressive, please.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the
girl.
Empressive channel.
What is going on?
Some extremely triggering footage just leaked of P. Diddy putting the pause on...
Oh, she scared me. I thought she was talking about footage of the tampon and the tasting and the... Oh, mom spaghetti. The blood. Bye.
His ex-girlfriend Cassie.
Disgusting.
And this actually happened back in March 2016 at the Intercontinental Hotel in Los Angeles.
Why
and
it's
like very interesting to me that this footage is now resurfacing.
That's what I see.
8 years later.
Like,
so it comes to show you that Diddy was doing all types of horrific things, and he was able to use his money and his power to suppress the evidence for years.
Ridiculous.
So it's really disgusting,
so
and honestly, shame on the hotel staff for even covering this up for so many years. This is disgusting.
Why?
But in the footage, you could see Diddy running like a madman in only his towel, and you see Cassie trying to escape, but the man pounds her in the head, grabs her, drags her on the floor, and she tried to make a phone call, but he grabs her again and starts throwing glass at her. I mean, this right here is disgusting. This is disgusting. And Cassie did detail this incident in her lawsuit. In fact, this happened after one of their freak-off sessions, and Cassie did say in her lawsuit that Diddy would make her get high and make her perform lewd acts on male escorts while he watched. And this is what they called freak-offs. So during one of their sessions, Diddy got very aggressive and he popped Cassie in the eye and bruised her, and Cassie tried to leave. It said in the lawsuit, after he fell asleep, Miss Ventura tried to leave the hotel room, but as she exited, Mr. Combs awoke and began screaming at Miss Ventura. He followed her into the hallway of the hotel while yelling at her. He grabbed at her, then took glass vase.
You know what's crazy is to read it, to see it. It's and then just to think that everything else that's in that lawsuit, there is most likely footage of it, whether it's released to the public or not. It's still mind blowing. Like, it doesn't even matter how many days it's been, weeks it's been. It's just still, especially for those that had that whole bad boy period, you know, making the band Danity Kane. Like, for us, it's like, it's just like, wow. And it's always going to be wow, at least for me. Just like how it is for the generations that grew up with R. Kelly, right? Like, it's still wow to them. But dang. Diddy done did it.
In the hallway and threw them at her, causing glass to crash around them as she ran to the elevator to escape. Upon information and belief, Mr. Combs paid the Intercontinental Century City $50,000 for the hallway security footage from that evening. So he was able to pay off the hotel, and he thought by paying off the hotel, this footage would never come to light. But boy, was he wrong. Now, like I said, I am disgusted that this footage was suppressed for so long, but I am glad that people are now seeing that Cassie did not tell one lie in her lawsuit. I mean, watching this incident in real time is actually a lot worse than what was detailed in the lawsuit. So that kind of lets you know that she was going through hell in real life. I mean, if he could do that out in the open while they're in the hallway, can you imagine what he was doing behind closed doors?
You better preach.
And this is why it took Cassie so long to leave. A lot of people think that she stayed.
Look at Britney Spears in the background. Britney!
For the lifestyle.
Girl.
She was only suing Diddy because she wanted money. No.
Right.
Diddy traumatized her for 10 years. 10 years.
I'm sorry.
And she was fearful. She was scared to leave. He literally beat her into fear and submission. She was afraid to leave. He owned everything she had. When she tried to create distance between her and Diddy, Diddy would...
And you know, another thing, statistically, people who are abused do go back to their abusers in one way or another, whether it's with a new abuser, whether it's the same abuser. It's actually really interesting, the psychology behind it and the attachment behind it as well. It's like you absolutely have to go into therapy and you have to heal, because then you'll be attracted to it in somebody else without even realizing it, subconsciously, obviously, so you wouldn't be noticing it. But I remember I saw a comment, somebody was like, well, she probably liked it. And when I saw that, I was just like, this is not no BDSM. This is something like, huh? BDSM in the hallway, in a towel, dragging, kicking. No, this is not that. And not even to knock anyone's kinks or anything, but it's just the fact, when I saw that comment, I just thought in my head, like this is the world that we live in, like, where people see somebody literally being in pain and getting hurt, and to think like, oh, well, they probably liked it. Oh, they probably deserved it. Oh, well, they probably did something for that to happen. It's just like, the humanity is at an all-time low right now. Like, it's absolutely terrifying. Like, it really is scary. It sucks.
Would find a way to chase her down. He would send people to stalk her. If he found out she was messing with somebody else, he would attempt to take that person's life. For example, he found out she was dating Kid Cudi. He blew up Kid Cudi's car. The man is crazy. There's no excusing this. And if you read through the lawsuit, you can see the different accounts of him just mistreating her and abusing her. I mean, it's really sad. It really makes you want to cry.
It makes me think that the whole image of being like black excellence, I have all this money, blah, 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 it's really just hiding the insecurity. And that's why you need so much control. Diddy. That's ultimately why most people need a level of control, or want a level of control, because there's an insecurity there. It's just like, you're not trusting in yourself, let alone embodying that trust for it to then be reflected to you. So you then go around acting like you can control everything, control everybody, kick and get away with things. And it's just like, sir, just let us know that you're gay. It's okay. Just come out of the closet. Whatever you're like, whatever he is doing and hiding and feels like he can get away with it, just stop. Because at this point, like, I don't think anybody is ever gonna respect P Diddy. I think that went out of the window. I'm sorry, like 2000, 1999. I mean, yeah, he has some good songs here and there, features and stuff, but ultimately, I don't see this person as somebody that should be respected. And I haven't for quite some time. Like, it's just been a fabricated level of respect, at least to me, because still to this day, you can't tell me that this man is like a musical legend, icon. Like, no, you're not in the realms of the same on that level. Let's be honest. It's not gonna happen. And ultimately, you deserve to be in prison. I don't even think jail is enough. You deserve to be in prison. Genuinely. Wholeheartedly. And I will say that with my chest.
When you look at all the details, because it's just like, how can a person be so evil? You know what I mean?
Bruh.
But Diddy is getting everything he deserves. And I'm glad that this is being publicized now, because I don't want people to forget for a second what he did. I don't want...
Absolutely not. Because if you forget about that, why? Why?
This whole case to blow over. I want the feds
look at
to
the way
get
this
him and
woman
lock him.
is staring at Cassie. Oh my God. Why is she looking at her like that? Like, girl, I went to the party. I know that man, and I know you are going through it. And I'm sorry. Like, why is she looking at her like that? And the back of her head at that. Oh my God.
Up. I'm so serious. And also, I need Kim Porter's death to be investigated, because there's a lot of shadiness around her passing, and I'm not comfortable with the fact that it was sealed up the way it was. We really need to look deeper into this, because
everybody does.
Diddy has been able to get away with things for so long. He's been able to use his money to suppress evidence for so long. And it's about time we see this evidence come to light, because everybody can't be lying. Now, for those who aren't aware, Kim Porter is the mother of 3 of Diddy's children, and she did pass away from pneumonia, but some people believe that she...
And you know what I think about when I hear that? Bernie Mac. Damn, I miss Bernie Mac. Oh my God. I don't believe it. Like, even then when it happened, I didn't believe it. I watched Kings of Comedy for like a week and a half straight. I was devastated. I was absolutely devastated. And I didn't believe it. I was like, what? No. People should not die from that. I'm so sorry. But I just feel like the medical, technical place that we're at right now, I feel like that it's... I don't know. If you're a doctor, let me know down below, because I just genuinely, I don't believe it. I don't, and I can't, and I try, but I can't. It's just, it doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't.
She might have been poisoned. Others believe that she might have been sacrificed.
Of course.
There's a lot of mysterious circumstances surrounding her death.
Doesn't make any sense.
One of her closest friends named Sahara came forth and said that Kim was acting very strange before she passed away, and she felt like it had something to do with her interaction with Diddy. So there's a lot of speculation that Diddy may have had a part in Kim Porter's death. And while Diddy was alive, he treated her horribly. He treated her almost similar to how he treated Cassie. And there's a woman by the name of Cola Buff, who's a writer, and she also used to be Osama bin Laden's mistress. Child, she claims that she had a conversation with Kim before she passed, and Kim told her about some of the horrific things Diddy did to her. And she also said Cassie wasn't really sympathetic toward Kim like that, at least not at first. At the time, Cassie was the new girl in the picture, and Diddy would flaunt her around Kim. And allegedly, Cassie liked the attention. She didn't realize that Diddy was going to be mistreating her the same way he mistreated Kim. But this is what Cola said. She said, Diddy was an MFer. Y'all would not even begin to believe the way he treated Kim Porter. And ironically, Cassie back then allowed herself to be used to disrespect Kim in her own home. Cassie let herself be flaunted in Kim's face, laughed at Diddy beating Kim, was awful. I feel...
Pause. Damn, I'm late. I didn't know this. What? I still blame Diddy.
Feel bad for Cassie getting beat up like that, but I still remember when Cassie allowed herself to be used racially against Kim Porter as Diddy humiliated, beat, and repeat Kim for years. Y'all have always hated me for talking the real about these men, but they deserve it. What y'all saw in that video of Diddy beating Cassie was nothing. I'll never forget the time he tried to make Kim Porter lick Cassie's tampon, always using Kim's race as a put down. You guys don't know the half of what women go through with the famous and powerful men. Be they rappers, be they Bin Laden, be they actors, y'all have no idea. And you always demonize the women, always. And someone said, did she allow herself or was she forced to do it? And Cola said she wasn't forced back then. She was the new piece and loved being told she was superior to Kim due to her race and her hair and all the typical stuff that women suck up when they're being used to put down another woman. But later on, he started treating her the same way he did Kim.
You know what's interesting about that is you left this comment on one of my older videos about a TikTok that went viral that I posted, and I rewatched that video last night, which I haven't seen in quite some time. I will link it in the description. Like, I haven't watched. I obviously it was like a year ago, like maybe even two. It's just been a really long time. I don't watch my old videos, honestly. So I was reminded, anyways. But I watched that whole video, and I talk about this piece of Black women not being on the same level as the light-skinned girl, the girl with the pretty hair, the Latina, the white girl, the like, whatever it may be. It doesn't matter like how educated you are, how much money you make, how beautiful you are, how gorgeous you are. It doesn't matter. However you want to fit that package in, it doesn't matter, because like most men are gonna want the other woman.
I am not the girl that boys date. I am the girl that is pretty enough to sleep with.
Yep.
But not pretty enough to brag about to his friends.
Unfortunately.
I am the girl that he will cuddle with on the weekends and then not message throughout the week.
Sad.
I'm the girl who is fun to go out and dance with and have a drink with.
Yep.
But not take to breakfast the next day.
Bing bong.
I am the girl that will show him that he can be loved and deserves to be loved before he finds somebody better. I am not the girl that boys date. I am the placeholder until they find somebody better. But nobody will love them as much as I do. Nobody will be there for them like I can. So then I'm just a friend. A friend who has wants something a little more, but never enough.
But never enough. And
this warrants an entire video to itself. When a pretty Black girl knows that she's pretty, all hell breaks loose. The comments get fucking egregious, and they try to pinpoint something so small and so minor to bring her down. Or she's got a nasty attitude. I don't know, for some reason, like, you kind of just give me a bitch vibe. Like, she's got a nasty attitude, she's mean as fuck. Like, it gets terrible. And people will try to find any fucking thing to make it seem like she's not all that. Like, when Black girls know that they're pretty, it's something in the fucking water that everybody drinks that turns them into a mega fucking hater.
Let's do a little capsule, shall we? Hey, Pearl with your big head. Cool. Hey, dumbass. Cool. Hey, Pearl, your ass is so big, shit, and your titties is like my D, and that's big. Hey, big ass, you gonna be my hoe one day. Cameron.
Like, it gets evil in the comments.
What up, Pearl? I ain't gonna lie, but you are pretty sexy, and I did want to get with you until I got with Desiree.
Or like Googling like where she lives, or like, actually, if you're so pretty, why don't you live like this? Or why don't you drive this? If you're not, like, it just gets maddening. Like, people really hate pretty Black women. And if you're fat and dark skinned, you already know what time it is.
That video was just so interesting, because I was in such a different place at that time. I was single, I was celibate, I was living in the United States. Like, it was such a different time. Like, I was in such a different mindset, different headspace. But I did like the message of the fact that I was gonna, heal and get out of it and be, inspired by the downfalls. So yeah, I appreciate you commenting that. But regardless of that, it's interesting to have these conversations and people not even realize that that is a very big part of the Black woman experience. And it's almost like neglected, or it's almost like, you're complaining, get over it. Well, if you don't talk so loud, if you wasn't like this, you didn't wear eyelashes, like, it could be, you know, anything. It really just depends on every person's individual, right? So it just depends. But I do find this piece to be very interesting. But regardless of that, I still blame Diddy. I'm sorry, you know, because at the end of the day, like, the way manipulation, money, power, it can do a lot to the human psyche. And I have to acknowledge that at the end of the day, even if this is true, is what I should say, because I don't know. I'm not necessarily gonna consider this as fact, but the tampon piece is absolutely horrendous. Absolutely.
I feel bad for Cassie. I really do. No woman deserves that treatment. However, I'm not about to forget the fact that Cassie enjoyed Diddy humiliating Kim Porter with the whole quote unquote Latina chick is superior to you dark black chick insults that went on for years.
Wow.
Kim was so sweet and so wrongly abused. Someone said, not asking this question because I don't believe you, but was Cassie in the room when Diddy was doing these things to Kim? Cola said one time, 4 a.m, Diddy brought Cassie, who was basically a teenager, into his bedroom where Kim Porter was sleeping and woke up Kim and told her to get out the bed so Cassie could get in it. Kim was being treated like ish for years, and Cassie giggled about it until she became Kim later on.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Now, this information is interesting, and I do want to note that Cola was not a close friend of Kim. She said she met her once, and she had several phone conversations with her, and Kim allegedly told her all of this information. We don't...
You know what's interesting is, wasn't Kim working on a book? So that might have been like a tie there to where she was like, well, I need to have another writer in my corner that knows my stories so that when I want to put this together, I already have that witness. Not to say it's true, but I do find it interesting that this person is a quote unquote writer, and apparently all of Kim's writings were destroyed or deleted, whatever, mysteriously.
don't know if everything is true or not, but if it is
true, that's absolutely nutso. A tampon?
True. I would not be surprised, because I could actually see Cassie being deluded into thinking that she was better than Kim at the time, because you have to think about it. Cassie was young. I mean, she started her relationship with Diddy when she was around 19 years old. At first, it was a professional relationship, but then it ended up being a sexual relationship because Diddy kept pursuing her, and he did have power over her because he was her boss. He was a lot older, and of course he had a lot of money, so he was able to lure her in with his lavish lifestyle, and also he promised her this grand career that he never gave her. But she kind of fell into Diddy's trap, and Diddy probably propped her up above Kim, and it probably got to her head. And I think a lot of young women in her situation would have acted the same way. But clearly Cassie was naive because she didn't see the red flags, and she didn't realize that Diddy was going to treat her the same way he treated Kim. She didn't see that coming. And this is kind of the same mistake that Young Miami made as well, because if you remember, Young Miami was feeling herself too. When she first started dating Diddy, she was taunting and antagonizing Diddy's other girlfriend, Gina V. And the reason why she was doing all that is because she felt like she was better than Gina simply because Diddy was giving her special treatment. So she went online saying a whole bunch of wild things to Gina. She said, B, you a munch. If I wanted you to eat my pee, Diddy would have had you on your knees. You a eater. You want a baby, B? I have a career. You a certified freak. You haven't heard from Diddy since the awards, reminiscing on abortions. Let that hurt go, Chun-Li. Gina, you've been down bad ever since I came into the picture. You've been crying for a baby for 10 years. You've been around as a B that eat P and D when he feel like it. You a eater. You the same B that was crying on Tasha K because you wanted a baby. Poor sushi.
Oh, that's that girl. Interesting. Okay. I'm just trying to keep up here. Woo. Yeah. No. No. I'm one of those people that's like, if you want my man, or if you're, you can have him. No. You can literally have him. I wouldn't. And I don't care. No, 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 no. I've just never, no. I can get mad, for sure. I can get angry. But no. I think that's only happened once. And I don't think I'll ever let it happen again.
So you saw how Young Miami was making fun of Gina. She was even making fun of the mistreatment that Gina suffered at the hands of Diddy. And Gina talked about it during her interview with Unwind with Tasha K. So
I remember that.
The fact that Young Miami was mocking her and antagonizing her in this way lets you know where her head was at. And I'm sure she regrets saying all of this. I'm sure she's looking back on everything and feeling shameful because now she's being treated the same way. And for all we know, she could be getting treated worse. Diddy sees Young Miami as nothing but a bop. He sees that she's thirsty for money and she's willing to do anything degrading to get lavish gifts and to get a boost in her career. So I'm sure he's treated her a lot worse than he normally treats his other girls. And the sad thing is people are not going to sympathize with Young Miami. And it's all because she made the mistake of thinking that she's better than the next woman. She didn't think that Diddy would mistreat her the way he mistreated Gina and mistreated Cassie and mistreated Kim Porter. She thought that she was special. She made the same mistake that Cassie did.
Which is crazy because patterns will let you know. You know what I mean? If anything, just make a little list and you will see like, oh, that's what happened in the past. Okay, well, that's most likely what's going to happen again. Most of the time. Not to say people can't change, but most of the time, you know. I mean, it's a hard pill to swallow, especially, you know, if it has to do with your own life. But, you know, ultimately, patterns are patterns for a reason.
And right now, she's probably going through the same thing that Cassie went through. I heard that she's still hanging around Diddy too, but they've been low-key about it. But hopefully this prompts Young Miami to leave for good. I'm not gonna lie, I am concerned for Young Miami. I am. I know some people don't really care for her, but she could very well be a victim too. Anyway, tell me what you all think about this video down below. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and share this.
Will do, girl. I'm sorry, but no, I don't feel any sort of what's the word? Yeah, no, she knows what she's doing. She knows what she's doing, and she's doing it for a reason. So, yeah, let her be doing that for whatever reason. But my God, that writer talking about Kim Porter, CASSIE'S Tampon had me. I'm sorry, but I had to figure out what that was about. I was like, wait, I'm late. Let me catch up. What are we talking about here? What's going on? But again, if that is true, like, my God, I wish somebody had Kim Porter's writings, book, digitally, whatever it was. Like, I wish she gave it to somebody. And honestly, maybe somebody does have it, and when Diddy gets convicted or is in prison, jail, whatever, if that happens, which honestly is looking like it's most likely gonna happen, but I feel like that's when whoever may have it may come out and release it. It's possible, I don't know, but I hope that her story is seriously not just like gone, disappeared, finito, because that would genuinely suck so much, especially because people know that she was going to come out with a book. But there's nothing in my soul says that her death was in good faith. Absolutely not. I can't. Same with Bernie Mac. I can't. There's nothing in me that can believe it. I wish I could. Not a doctor, not a surgeon, but I can't. There's nothing in me that believes that. Yikes. Anyways, wish Tampax Pearl sponsored this video. That would be great. Also funny. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, I would like to thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. And if you did like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know your comments down below. Did you know about this tampon thing? Because I literally was like, I thought I knew everything. What is this? Like, why am I finding more new stuff? Like, I'm tired. Like, it's just every day is a new thing. Like, child. And then I did hear about that woman that's suing him now, the blonde one. It's just never gonna end, it seems. But this video is. I will see y'all in the next one. Bye. Because what? A tampon? No, honey, that's disgusting.